Welcome to the League of Nerds comic book segment number 183. I'm John Cooney here to talk to you about comics being released the 22nd of July 2015, beginning as usual with my first five, meaning these are the first 5 books I intend to read this week, and I'll give you a little more depth on them. Starting with at number 1, Uncanny X-Men number 35. Mystique returns to the pages of Uncanny X-Men, and she's out for vengeance. Will Magic's soul sword be enough to halt the shapeshifter's wrath? Series writer Brian Michael Bendis explained his take on Magic. Quote, as far as Magic goes, she is a pretty interesting character, and it's pretty funny because people are so eager to see her in a relationship or with somebody, and I was always very perturbed by that because to me, I always focus on the fact that she's, on some level, a little girl in an adult body with no childhood, and I kind of looked at this part of her life as her adolescence. I think she achieved a great deal in it. From the very first issue with artist Fraser Irving, we had her face a lot of stuff, and then her trying to live up to this thing that she says she wants to be, close quote. He went on to say, quote, issue number 600 has another chapter with her and her reuniting with Colossus, which will, I think, put a little cherry on top of my feelings about her, where she's been and what she's been doing, close quote. At number 2, we have Old Man Logan number 3, Secret Wars series. Having survived his first step in his quest across the realms of Battleworld, Logan has come face to face with the horrors mutant can produce. But mutants are not the sole purveyors of horror on this patchworked planet, and Logan's job is far from finished. With his next step, Logan comes face to face with the sins committed by the machines of man. Series writer Brian Michael Bendis described the impact of Old Man Logan and Secret Wars on the Marvel Universe. Quote, I'm not saying this lightly and I'm not trying to give anything away, but I think what people are most excited about with Secret Wars is that they know something big is happening and something even bigger is coming out the other side. A lot of these stories are going to have something that pops out the other side. Old Man Logan absolutely 100% has a couple of things that will pop into the Marvel Universe, whatever shape it takes, after Secret Wars is done. In fact, every single one of the stories I'm doing during Secret Wars has a big piece that is coming forward into the new Marvel Universe, and Old Man Logan is right there at the forefront of that, close quote. At number 3, we have all-new Hawkeye number 4. In a very special issue, the past and the present collide as a young Clint and an older Hawkeye attempt to save whatever innocence they have left. Jeff Lemire and Ramon Perez bring you an issue unlike any other, reminding us why Hawkeye is a series unlike any other. Series writer Jeff Lemire shared his intention for the series, quote, one thing I was really interested in is Hawkeye's childhood and Barney's childhood in the circus, and Matt Fraction did some really beautiful scenes with Clint and Barney as kids that really touched me, and I really wanted to keep going with that and experiencing with it, so the first arc is split pretty evenly between Clint and Kate in the present and Barney and Clint in the past as kids in the circus. We're looking at how the things that they did in the past are affecting Clint and Kate in the present. It's this cause and effect thing. It's really exploring Hawkeye from 2 different angles. We have Clint and Barney as kids, and what's that mean to them as Hawkeye is just forming, and then we have Kate and Clint now and what Hawkeye is at the moment, close quote. At number 4, we have Cyborg number 1. The machine that gives Cyborg his powers is evolving. The only problem is that machine is his body and he has no idea what's causing these changes. Series writer David Walker gave his take on the character, quote, DC approached me and said, would you be interested in writing Cyborg? Yeah, I'd be a little interested in writing Cyborg, but I'd be really interested in writing Vic Stone. To me, Vic is one of the most interesting characters, I think, in the DC universe, at least from a visual standpoint. From a story standpoint, he's not as well developed as he could be. He's not nearly as tragic as he needs to be. He's the unintentional hero. In the New 52, he's 18. He's still in high school when he becomes Cyborg. Same with the original Teen Titans version. I think people forget that. They look at him and they see him as a man, and he's 18. You're not a man yet. You only think you are. So that's what really attracted me to the character, the opportunity to delve into who is Vic Stone, human being, and how does he reconcile the fact that he's trapped in this mechanical body, close quote. At number 5, we have Star-Lord and Kitty Pryde number 1. Star-Lord and Kitty Pryde finally in their own series together. But are they together? And is this the Kitty Pryde that Peter loves or the one from a completely different reality? This series takes place right in the thick of things on Battleworld and is sure to be a wild ride. Series writer Sam Humphries told a few details about the book, quote, I can say that the Kitty Pryde of the title is actually the Kitty Pryde of Age of Apocalypse. I can say the story takes place on Battleworld. I can say it's an action romantic comedy with some big, huge moments between the characters. Emotionally and spiritually, this is the continuation of the Peter-Kitty relationship from legendary Star-Lord with a couple really huge twists you won't see coming, close quote. Rounding out the top 10 at number 6, we have The Flash number 42. Things go from bad to crazy bad when Barry is forced to deal with both Professor Zoom and his father's unexpected escape from prison. At number 7, we have Future Imperfect number 3, Secret Wars series. Come at the Maestro, you best not miss. The Thing captured. Layla Miller knows stuff, like how to infiltrate Maestro's keep. But can Ruby Summers and her rebels trust Layla at all? At number 8, we have Wonder Woman number 42. To replace Ares as the god of war, Wonder Woman must better understand him, and that means a journey to Ares' home. You can just imagine what that entails, plus learn who's behind the attacks on Paradise Island. At number 9, we have We Are Robin number 2. In Gotham City, hundreds of Robins have taken to the streets, but who will be their new leader? And who is the mystery man working behind the scenes? At number 10, we have Spider-Woman number 9. Jessica Drew may have solved the first mystery Ben Urich threw her way, but he's got 1 or 2 more cases up his sleeve from other cities in the US of A. It's a road trip with Spider-Woman, Ben Urich, and the Porcupine. Destination, Justice. For the best of the rest from DC Comics, we have Deathstroke number 8. Godkiller continues. Get ready for divine brutality when Slade's contract on the God sends him smashing into combat against the one and only Wonder Woman. Next we have Effigy number 7. Behind the vast Eternalos conspiracy is one man, Lawrence W. Loritz, a science fiction author turned cosmic messiah. Witness his humble beginnings in this twisted one-issue flashback courtesy of the creators behind Revival. We've also got Gotham by Midnight number 7. The responsibilities of the midnight shift can take its toll on even the bravest. What trials has Lieutenant Weaver endured, and has he reached his breaking point? Next we have Harley Quinn and Power Girl number 2 of 6. Bartox is a totally creepy and super macho space dictator, though he is terrible fond of Power Girl. Harley and Power Girl are not terribly fond of him. Violence and shenanigans begin in 3, 2, 1... We've also got Justice League, Gods and Monsters, Batman number 1 one-shot, prequel to the DC Universe movie, Justice League, Gods and Monsters. In this story, Kirk Langstrom has been transformed into a blood-sucking creature of the night, preying on society's dregs. Will a new friendship allow him to find his lost humanity, or turn him into a soulless monster once and for all? And we have Teen Titans number 10. The hunt is over and the battle begins as Wonder Girl and Power Girl's new team catches up with the Titans to bring Superboy to justice. From Marvel Comics, we've got Is For Extinction number 2, Secret Wars series. The classic X-Men rally against Magneto and his new X-Men to save the life of one of their own. Emma Frost versus her cuckoos. Have the students become the teachers? Next we have Marvel Zombies number 2. Stranded in the Deadlands and saddled with a mysterious child, Elsa Bloodstone is determined to traverse the zombie-ridden landscape and get home. But haunted by ghosts from her past, including visions of her stern father, Ulysses Bloodstone, Elsa begins to realize it may not be the zombies she fears most. And we have Weirdworld number 2. Weirdworld is where the lost things go, like the barbarian Lord Archon, who's now prisoner of the underwater apes, or like his cellmate, a mysterious one-eyed man who appears to be made out of rock and calls himself a crystal warrior. From Dark Horse Comics, we have Fight Club 2 number 3. Tyler's been around a lot longer than anyone realized. To gain admittance to the current generation of Project Mayhem, Marla is more than happy to provide Sebastian with plenty of bruises, and thus the search for their son begins. From Image Comics, we've got Sidekick number 11. It's the moment Barry Chase, aka Flyboy, aka Sidekick, has been craving from the moment he learned that his mentor, the Red Cal, has faked his death, thereby destroying Barry's life. A life or death moment as he finally has the Cal's throat in his hands. Can he finish what he started? Is he willing to murder the man who was his mentor? If so, it ain't gonna be pretty. From Valiant Entertainment, we have Book of Death, Fall of Bloodshot number 1 one-shot. Superstar creators Jeff Lemire and Doug Braithwaite chronicle Bloodshot's ultimate fate in a visionary tale of present and future torn from the pages of Book of Death. The lovers he's known, the allies he's trusted, all will eventually return to dust. But will the nanites that transform Bloodshot, body, mind, and soul, ever let him truly rest? For the very first time, read an essential chapter of the Book of the Geomancer as Project Rising Spirit's ultimate walking weapon soldiers on from the modern day into the far future of the Valiant universe and reveals the truth behind the very last Bloodshot story that will ever come to pass. Don't miss the never-before-revealed story of Bloodshot's final adventure as Book of Death foretells the devastating fate of Valiant's unrelenting soldier from now to 1,000 years hence. And we've got Ivar Timewalker number 7, Breaking History Part 3, Assault on Oblivion. The Antipata brothers prepare a suicide mission at the end of time with Amelia Earhart, the Lurkers, and the angriest Bloodshot nanite of all time. Meanwhile, Neela Sethi is forced to make a dark decision alongside her future self. It's the last stand of humanity against the Big Crunch as the penultimate issue of Breaking History changes our future forever. New York Times bestselling writer Fred Van Lint and Francis Portela storm an enemy beachhead at the end of time itself. Out in trades this week, we have Daredevil Volume 3, the Daredevil You Know trade paperback. The end begins here. Mark Waid and Chris Samney start the slow build to the shocking climax of their beloved Eisner Award-winning run with the return of one of Matt Murdock's oldest and now scariest enemies. But who? A mystery that's been building since the very beginning starts to pay off as Daredevil's recent traumas have him coping in an unexpected way. Writing his own life story has forced Matt Murdock to face his darkest demons, and it's changing him. Kristen and Foggy don't like the man Daredevil is becoming, and neither do the San Francisco police. As the Owl sets his machinations into motion, another old foe waits in the wings to blindside Daredevil. Matt must make some hard choices, but is he going off the deep end? Guest starring the Stunt Master. Collects Daredevil number 11 through 15. And we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Guardians Disassembled trade paperback. Meet the new Guardians. With Star-Lord missing and the entire galaxy gunning for the Guardians of the Galaxy, it's time to bring in some help. But as the Guardians prepare for new members Venom and Captain Marvel, unexpected dangers arise that may tear the team to its core. Where in the universe is Star-Lord? What does his disappearance mean for Earth's safety? And can he survive on the run from a mysterious new adversary without the Guardians' help? Plus, relive Flash Thompson's transformation into Venom and Carol Danvers' debut as Captain Marvel, and the series celebrates a milestone with 2 special stories from former Guardians writers Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning. Collecting Guardians of the Galaxy number 14 through 17, Captain Marvel number 1, and material from Free Comic Book Day 2014, Guardians of the Galaxy number 1, and Amazing Spider-Man number 654. Okay, so that's just a few of my favorite books out this week. There's still plenty of others available, so be sure to check out your local comic shop to see what else is out this week. I'm sorry I couldn't produce my usual Marvel, DC, and Indies videos this week, but I'm still on the road addressing some family business and visiting my new granddaughter. Of course, you can still follow everything I'm reading on Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find links to everything in the About section at he'sgotissues.com. And a reminder that both He's Got Issues and the League of Nerds are proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.